What's up and welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be doing something that I've been questioning if I want to do because I've read people saying don't do it and I've read people saying do it, so we're going to try it anyways. We're going to be polishing the glass on the Forester because if we take a look, especially the back window, there's some pretty extreme scratches and you can tell. And if I'm tinting the windows, I want them to look good before we tint them. So I am going to have to eventually figure out what's causing these scratches. I think it's these rubber grommets and the felt grommets in the door that actually act as a slider, and they're just scraping the window. So we're eventually going to have to take apart the window and fix them up. But today I just want to see if the polish even works. Some people say it works, some people says it doesn't. So we're going to try on the worst part, the rear window first. But I'm actually going to end up clay barring it, but just the window, so it shouldn't take very long. And we're going to be taking off the rear windshield wiper because it is falling apart, so I need to grab a new one anyways, and I might delete it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm thinking about deleting the rear windshield wiper. Let's go through the products that we'll be using today. So again, we'll be using my polisher, and then we'll be using this CarPro Cerium glass or whatever. It's a polish and cleaner. It actually is based off of this Cerium oxide. This is what people recommend. It's actually used for polishing like everything. This stuff, as much as you use it, will not damage or like warp your windows. That was one of my major concerns, is warping windows. But they say even after using this 3 or 4 passes, you won't warp your windows. So hopefully it works. Next, we'll be using the pad they recommend. Once again, it's by CarPro. It's a 5-inch on my 5-inch backing plate. The polisher comes with a 6-inch, but I've just been told over and over to go with a 5-inch backing plate, and all my waxing and polishing stuff is also on the 5-inch. Next, we'll be using some just water. This isn't soapy water. This is just water because you can spray this and actually reactivate the product. This is a water-based product, so it should be all good. And then we just got some quick detailer that I'll be using with the clay bars. And that is all that we will be using. So first and foremost, let's take off that rear windshield wiper. Now that we have the rear wiper blade off, it wasn't that hard, just a single bolt, a single 10 mil, and then you could just pull it off. We're going to clean up the back before we clay bar it, because it is super sandy from the 1,000 kilometers that it did last weekend. Now that the window is clean, you guys can see the scratches much more prominent. So I'm not sure what it's from, because usually windshield wipers will make this kind of motion. These are just all over, so we should hopefully be able to get them out. The next thing really to do is actually to clay bar it, and you guys know how long and tedious and boring clay barring is. I've showed you guys like 3 or 4 times, but anyways, we're just gonna go right through that. So here it's unclay barred, and after we've clay barred it, which actually didn't take as long as I was expecting, mostly because glass doesn't hold very much contaminants. I did notice some stuff around the edges, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. Now we're just gonna mask off the whole outer area, because this stuff is going to be a super aggressive compound, same with the pad, because glass is a really hard substance to polish, so therefore it needs to be protected all the way around so you don't accidentally hit your paint, because it will definitely take off a clear coat. So it just needs to be masked. There we go. So we have the whole window trim masked, and I also put a line straight down the center because this stuff actually dries out pretty quickly, and as you can see, it's pretty hot out and it's really smoky. But anyways, it's so I can work half a window at a time and then get the most out of the product. So we're going to start with this side. There's not much to it besides I'm going to start and put it on at the speed 2.5, apply a layer over the whole thing, and then turn this up to 5. It goes to 6, so pretty much max speed, and then polish it. And then also you can apply water to reactivate it, and by reactivating it, you just get it so it works a little better. And to get this fixed, I think we're going to have to do 2 or 3, maybe 4 passes to get it all good. But I'll catch up to you guys once we get to the first pass completion, and you guys are just going to see a little time lapse while I work on this, so let's go. Also, I'll be putting an AXA Conscious of this product. That's what I've seen recommended, so that's what we'll be doing. So there it is after 1 pass, and honestly I'm seeing tiny a bit of improvement, but I'm not seeing a massive improvement. So I think I'll maybe hit it twice more and see what happens. If that doesn't work, I guess we're gonna eventually end up replacing the glass because it is horribly scratched. But if I look over here in the central spot, it's maybe a little bit better. Also, my tape job kind of fell off, so I have to retape it so we don't hit the paint, even though I did a couple places. This is a moment of truth. I've probably been doing 5 or 6 passes. It's been probably an hour of just polishing this one area. So if this doesn't work, well then it looks like we're buying new windshield. Or windows in general. But here we go, let's see. Maybe a little bit better. But that was an hour, at least, of just straight polishing. And you kind of gotta wait till it dries up, and then we'll take a look. So, one window, other window. I see barely any improvements for an hour. Maybe no improvements at all. But as I was checking, my nails can like catch on these, so there's pretty much, I don't think, any hopes of salvaging this window unless you're a professional. So let's just compare. So let's take the tape off. Yeah, look at, so this is what we've been polishing all the time. This is what it looks like before. No difference at all. I'm not sure if you guys can see this or not, but you can see my tape line right here, and it looks like it just actually removed like a haze off the windows, which is very interesting. Yeah, right there. So this side's like a greenish tinge, this side's like crystal clear. Well, besides all the scratches. So that is actually pretty interesting. So it did actually clean it, it just didn't remove all the scratches. It is supposed to be a polish that removes scratches. I've seen people remove scratches, but it just didn't work for these scratches right here. This is interesting. So all my polishing pads have a technology to keep the product on the top. Well, this one is for glass, and it actually seeped through to the backing and through the pad itself. So this doesn't have the exact same technology, which makes sense because this is a much harsher pad. Not everything goes as planned, or on this channel, most things don't go as planned, so I guess that was one of them today. We just didn't get the windows polished. I'm gonna check the inside of the windows because when you put tint on, it's on the inside, so if the windows on the inside are good, I'll probably just end up tinting it and leaving the scratched outsides for now, because it's not too big of a deal, because it is gonna be a venture vehicle. It is gonna take some scratches here or there, but it would just be nice to have those off. Anyway, since I spent the last 2 hours trying to polish this windshield with no success, that is going to be it for today. So I hope you enjoyed this failed attempt, I guess. And if any of you guys know how to polish windshields, let me know. Till tomorrow, peace out, and stay humble.